Right now, you can buy a piece of the rarest financial asset in human history and for less than a single penny. Now, I'm talking about Bitcoin, but not the full coin, the smallest unit of it, and that is 1 Satoshi. Now, here's what almost nobody realizes. 1 sat is roughly about a tenth of a penny. Now, that's less than a paperclip, less than the lint in your pocket, and yet it's part of an asset so scarce that most people will never own a full coin. So how is something this rare still so cheap? Well, let me go ahead and show you. Now, this video is about the insane disconnect between scarcity and price. Now, there are only 2.1 quadrillion sats that will ever exist. Now, if you divide that across 8 billion people, you get around 262,000 sats per person, and that's it. Now, that's all the Bitcoin supply the average human could ever hope to touch, if they all got an equal share, but they won't. And yet, you can still buy 800 of them for a single dollar. See, imagine you had the chance to buy beachfront land in Malibu for less than the price of a penny candy. Would you think twice? Now imagine that beachfront land wasn't just scarce, it was mathematically guaranteed to stay scarce, and forever. Now that's what Satoshis are. So let's go ahead and zoom out. Bitcoin is the first asset in history with a fixed, unchangeable supply, 21 million coins. Now each one of those coins is divisible into 100 million Satoshis. Now that gives us 2.1 quadrillion total sats. Now, that sounds like a lot until you realise how fast global demand is catching up. But here's the real kicker. As of today, you can get a Satoshi for about a tenth of a cent. But ask yourself this. Would you rather hold $1 in fiat that loses value each and every year, or 1,000 sats that represent permanent ownership in the most secure money network ever built? Now, this is where smart money is quietly shifting, because they know once the world catches on, sats don't go up in value, they just stop being cheap. Now, it's not about hype, it's about math, because every day, inflation eats fiat alive. Every halving, Bitcoin supply issuance gets cut in half, and every new buyer shrinks that pie. And someday soon, 1 sat won't be a fraction of a penny, it might just be the new penny itself. So why is one of the rarest assets on Earth still so cheap? Because most people don't understand what they're looking at yet. They still see Bitcoin as a price ticker, not a protocol, not as property, not as power. But that's your advantage, because if you're stacking sats today, when they're still cheap enough to buy with pocket change, you're front-running a global awakening. And that window, well, it doesn't stay open forever. Now, if you're ready to think in sats and break free from fiat illusions, this is the channel for you. So hit subscribe, start stacking, because the people who win in the next decade won't be the one chasing pumps, they'll be the ones quietly accumulating the most undervalued asset on Earth. Now, if you want to go deeper into this, my ebook Orange Pilled is linked down below, and it's the wake-up call they never wanted you to read. Now, I do also have to chuck this disclaimer in here as well, and I highly suggest just pausing the video and having a little read. Now, if you've made it this far, and if you're looking for something else to watch, then click right here and have a watch of this.